I'd just like to say a couple of words about what I do here before I dive into the video. What I'm not doing is making videos for entertainment. I'm not making videos for titillation or for interest. A lot of the time I make videos for as conversation starters or as awareness raising, and this particular video is meant for awareness raising. So the whole channel really is dedicated to education and information, awareness raising, and perhaps a little bit of engagement with the whole topic of dyslexia and related issues. This particular video is meant to be taken with the seriousness and the sensitivity that I make it. So please, please settle down and just consider what I'm about to say. In 2015, Dr. Neil Alexander Pass interviewed 29 dyslexics and found out that roughly half of them had considered suicide. Now these are young people. These are young people, and okay, half of those had attempted it, by the way. And you think, okay, well, it's only half of half. No, this is a quarter of these dyslexics had attempted suicide. Half of them had considered it. And these are young. These are young people. These are, we're not talking about mature people. We're talking about kids. We're talking about teens. We're talking about youth. They did this to escape feelings of helplessness, feelings of hopelessness, feelings of low self-worth, feelings of bitterness, feelings of sadness, and feelings of depression that were brought along by society's attitudes towards them and the way that the education system had failed them, letting them down at their most vulnerable time. A couple of years earlier, in 2010, Dahl had taken 140 people, 70 of whom were dyslexic and 70 weren't. And again, these were teens, these were young people. And he looked at them and tried to find out what was going on, because it turns out that of the 70 dyslexics, 9 of them had considered or had attempted suicide. So again, that's pretty much 1 in 7. This is a stupendously high figure. Again, the findings were that these dyslexics had considered suicide to escape feelings of helplessness, of hopelessness, of disillusionment, of alienation, of worthlessness, of low self-esteem, and all of the other things that go along with a poor education system that treats people as though they're broken. These people felt loneliness, they felt somatic complaints, that is bodily complaints, they felt anxiety, they felt alienation, and they felt hopelessness, they felt depression. They also had social problems. They found it difficult to fit in socially. And this is one of the manifestations of the way that we treat dyslexics when they're young. These are young kids, they're teens we're talking about. Perhaps most shockingly of all, in 1997, McBride and Siegel had analysed the handwriting of 29 people who had attempted suicide. In fact, who had committed suicide. These are young people, 27 people, sorry. These are young people. And found that 89% of them showed handwriting in their suicide notes consistent with dyslexia. Now that's not to say that 89% of these young people were dyslexic, but they showed handwriting and spelling and literacy errors in their suicide notes consistent with dyslexia. In other words, we can say that of these 27 tragic cases, 89% of them showed signs of dyslexia, and let's say 60 to 80% of those would probably have been dyslexic. What we have is a deep gash in society, a deep wound in society, and it bleeds heartache and it bleeds pain. We all know dyslexics who have suffered, and I can guarantee almost all dyslexics you know will have suffered in some way. But these are kids, these are teens. All of these people we're discussing are teens and youths, every single one of them. And the rates of suicide and attempted suicide among young dyslexics are absolutely heartbreaking. This is why we do these videos. This is why we try to raise awareness. And this is why, okay, if I can ask for your help to share this video, to talk about it, to mention it in your work, or if you're educators, to talk about it at school, because this is really important. What we're doing here, all of us, what we're doing is we're raising awareness because there are people out there who need our help. Thank you for your attention, and let's do what we can to lower those figures.